Geometry P4 side lengths and angle measures in similar triangles. This says triangle RST is congruent to triangle WYX if they are similar, and I think I just said congruent right there, but if they are similar, then just like if they were congruent, the R and the W go together, they are corresponding, the S and the Y are corresponding, and the T and the X are corresponding. So if we want to know how big S is in the same spot as Y. If I know Y is 53, then I know S is 53. And that's just to do with angles. Angles in similar polygons are always congruent. Okay. Triangle VWX is similar to triangle EFD. Find DE. So I'm going to put a big X right there and kind of work my way through it. So VW and EF are corresponding. So I'm going to put 36 over 4 because that's VW and that is EF. And if they're similar, then their sides have to be proportional to each other. So then we are going to put VX, which is 27, VX, so ED, and ED is X, so I'm going to put that right there. If we have two fractions that equal each other, and I don't know one of the sides, what are we going to do? Cross multiply. So 36 times X is 36X. 27 times 4 is 108. Divide by 36. Divide by 36. And your X is going to be 3. And so that is 3. That is DE. We're looking for DE. So our answer is 3. There's a couple more ways that we could have done this. After we set this up, some of you would notice that 36 over 4 is the same thing as 9. So what would I divide 27 by to get 9? And that would be 3 also. So there's a couple of ways that you can look at it without actually having to grab your calculator. Okay. ED and TS are congruent, or not congruent, but proportional. So I'm going to put a square over those. EF and TQ. So I'm going to put a triangle. FC and RQ. So I'm going to put a circle. And then I'll put a line here and a line there. So what I did was tell myself that I have two groups of pairs that I know, and then two sides that I don't know. So whenever we know things, I would probably tend to use the smaller numbers. So I'm going to use 4 and 12. And so if I am looking for RS, which is the line, here we go, now we're set up. So I'm going to put 4 and 10. Forgot that that's what was underlined. 4 and 10 on top because they come from the same polygon. And what's going to go under 4? 12. And what would go under 10? RS, because we don't know it. And I'm going to keep it labeled RS. I'm not going to put an X there or a Y because I'm looking for two different unknowns. So I want to be able to make sure that I understand what's going on. Again, we can use the 4. And this time we're going to use Yeah, okay. It helps if I actually look at the problem again. If these two sides are the same, then these two sides are going to be the same. So really all I have to do is solve this one and be done with it. So we're going to cross multiply and divide again. So 4 times RS is RS. 12 times 10 is 120. Divide by 4, and RS is 30. If RS is 30, then QT is 30, because they are the same length, because they are legs of the isosceles trapezoid. Okay, another way, 4 over 12 is the same thing as 1/3. So what would go on bottom to make 10 over what to be 1/3? No, it would be 30, because 10 over 30 is 1/3. F and T. F and T. G and Q. So I know T is 78, and all these are similar to each other. If T is 78, then F is 78. If Q is 73, then G is 73, because they're in corresponding parts. But when it deals with sides, we can't just do that. So let's just do it in colors this time. GH is UV. DH is TU. DE is TX. Then this one, because it just kind of goes around in a circle. So we know both greens, which is a good thing. If we know both greens, then we're probably going to be able to figure everything else out. WX is the purple, so I'm going to use the 20 and the other purple. So I'm going to use 15 and 20 because they come from the same shape. I'm going to put the 45 underneath the 15 because they're both green, and I'm going to put WX underneath the 20 because I don't know what it is. Then we cross multiply and divide. WX equals 900. Divide by 15. Divide by 15. 2, 4, 60. So WX is 60. Then we're going to go back and look at this again. I'm still going to use the two greens because I know both of them, and TU is the yellow. So if TU is the yellow, then I'm going to use the 7 in the other one because it is the yellow. So again, I'm going to do 15 and 7. What's going to go under 15? 45. 7 is going to be TU. Cross multiply. $21.